That's Mana. It's an awesome band of Latino rockers. If you haven't heard of them, we always start the semester out with them. And we always start it at the end of that song. I don't know why, but there's something about that tune. So, yeah, welcome, man. Welcome back. It's going to be a cool semester. And I am Sam Richards. You can, if you need to be formal, you can say doctor, but nobody ever calls me doctor. My mom used to, but she died, and so nobody does. So you don't have to, but you can. I know some of you want to be formal. So here's the info you need. The hashtag is Social19. You have to have a Twitter account, and it's going to be coolest if you use your own Twitter account. You don't make a throw-off for this class, but you can make that decision. We'll talk about it a little later, like what you have to do. You have to read the syllabus and figure out what you need to do, but that's the website. Everything, you're going to be using Canvas in that website, but everything you need, most everything you need is on right there. It's social19.org, and including the syllabus. And Canvas is where you're going to put your assignments for the most part and check your grades. Otherwise, we're rocking and rolling. That's the email that you're going to use for the semester. Don't email me. Don't look me up and email me. And because it's not that I don't want to respond. I'm happy to respond, but I get way too many emails. Just all class stuff goes there. Okay, is that cool? Staff at social19.org. It's on the syllabus. It's everywhere. We'll keep putting it up before class all the time. You will remember. So the problem is if you email me, it just will get lost in the world where emails often get lost. So, cool? Okay, so we're streaming the class. We stream the class because we make videos in here and we use the videos for your assignments in the class. So that is the stream address, social19.org, / stream. That, then you can get to it. It's pretty easy. There it is. That's us right here. There are 4 cameras going, and then the camera up here in the front, because it's just like if you're sitting in the back, it's really hard to see that. And so we're making all these recordings because there's an online version of the class, and we're using the recordings for the online version of the class. And it's just fun to stream. So there it is. So you can, whoever wants to watch it can watch it, but we're trying to do it fairly quick cuts and move it along, and that's the stream team up here and the folks around. So rocking and rolling. It's cool. It's going to be a cool semester. Cool? Yeah. All right. Next slide. We'll come back to the stream. All right, so let me say a few things about me. That's me, by the way, not the old dude on the right. But this I like to show this picture because there's some ways in which it really says everything you need to know. Not everything, but it says some things, right? First off, that's my dad. He was 56 when I was born. So my mom had 5 kids. I was the only one that was planned. I was the last one, the youngest. Crazy. Isn't that crazy? You have 5 kids and only one is planned. It's like first one she had when she was 17 or something. I don't know, whatever. I feel wanted in life. You know what I mean? It took a lot of tries, but I'm there. In any case, this is back in probably 1962 or 1963. I'm wearing pink with a doll, playing with a doll. I'm wearing pink. My parents were like, whatever, yeah, you wear pink, you play with a doll. I'm sure other people, you just didn't do that back then because these gender roles, right? Like boys in blue and they don't play with dolls and all that kind of stuff. And so I was outside of the box then, I'm outside of the box now. This is not a conventional class. I don't live a conventional life. I'm not a conventional person. I was, at 2 years old, I was not conventional. So there it is, right? So here's a couple of things. A, that are kind of probably pertinent to the class. I'm white, right? So dude, though, I've had my ancestry, my DNA ancestry testing, and I'm actually 1.3% sub-Saharan African. So I got a little bit of a brother card. It's a tiny card, mind you, right? It doesn't get, I'm not allowed to drop the N-bomb, and you know what I mean? I can kind of whisper it maybe, but there it is, right? So, however, I'm working class, born working class. My father died when I was 9. I was working full time when I was 14. I was paying for all my school stuff, whatever it was. All my my illegal accoutrements. I discovered weed when I was 12, and yeah. So that, strangely enough, probably kept me alive, saved my life. It made school much more interesting. I was not a good student. I was actually I was an avid reader, and I always enjoyed thinking, especially after the age of 12. So I thought a lot, always thinking, always just daydreaming and thinking about things and trying to figure things out, and always reading. I was always reading, but I never took grades seriously, never looked at my report card, even when I was a kid. Never once between like probably 7th grade and a senior in my graduating high school, I never once took a book home from school. I had a fake ID when I was 15. Dude, I was living the life, right? So I had a really cool childhood because I had the space to allow myself to really test the limits and then grow and expand and come into maturity on my own terms without adults telling me what to do. Because when my dad died, my mom was working 3 jobs and just really busy. And so luckily I had enough wisdom, or I was just smart enough at that age to not push the boundaries too far. So when my friends were really getting in, like, I don't know, maybe at about 15 or so, they were really getting into cocaine and stuff, I was like, nah, I'm not, I don't think that's for me. So I had enough wisdom to not break laws and to not get busted by the cops. My white skin helped me a little bit in some of that, because I had some really interesting close calls that I, by all means, should have been arrested and probably would have been arrested if I wasn't white. And white people, that is just a given, but it's fine. We'll talk about it later in the semester. Dude, one time, I'm going to tell you this story. One time, we were like 16, we were parked at a park, me and 3 of my buddies, and we had a case of beer, and the beer bottles were just all like tossed in the back seat, and we're about halfway through the case. We were smoking so much weed that when we rolled the car window down, the cop thought the car was on fire. You know what I mean? And so the dude says, "Boys, what are you doing here?" And we're like, "Oh, we're partying." And so he takes our license. He's like, "Okay, look, you shouldn't be here. Well, here's what you're going to do. Just follow me home. I see, where do you live? Which address we going to?" We told him the address. He's like, "Just follow my car, and I'll take you home." We just followed him, and then we just pulled in the driveway, and he just took off. I mean, like, white power, man. You know what I mean? And seriously, okay, maybe it's not just white power. I'm not jumping into race. Okay, it is a race class, but it's probably has something to do with that, right? So at a young age, of course, I didn't realize that till later in life. But anyway, let's not. Let's have fun. Okay, so listen, man. So I graduate high school with like a 2.3 GPA, which was cool. So I only found that out like 10 years after I graduated. I had no idea what my GPA was. Didn't matter. Like, who cares, right? I graduated. So I applied to college, University of Toledo. because the guidance counselor, I went to see a guidance counselor, and he's like, what are you going to do when you graduate? I'm like, I don't know. I was a musician, so I played drums. I was playing in bands all the time. I'm like, well, I'll probably play music or something. And he's like, well, okay. Well, you're not thinking about applying to college, are you? I'm like, nah, no, I don't know. But then I found out that if I applied to college, I could get a day off school, which didn't matter because I skipped school all the time. I just went to classes when I wanted to go to classes. But this time I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. All right, I'll go apply to college. So I put my golf clubs I had a motorcycle. I put my golf clubs on my back, and I got on my motorcycle, and I went out. I applied to college. It took me like 15 minutes. And next door to the university was a golf course, and I played a round of golf. So, like, all before school let out. And then I went back to school and hung out with my bros. So anyway, I got in because later I came to find out that they let everybody in who applied. So it's like, all right, whatever. But I got in. So I started taking classes, but I would drop. Like, I wasn't really serious about school because I was busy. I was working. I was painting and doing some light construction work and playing music and playing the club scene and so on and so forth. So I was really busy. But so I would start the semester with like 16 credits, and I would end with, like one semester I started with 16. I ended with 1 credit. It was a racquetball course, and I got a D in that, right? So, but back then what would happen would be that you would get W's if you stopped going to class, not F's. So my transcript has all these W's on it. Look at, I made a W kind of, right? Like, all right. So that's really funny. Why did I do that? It's not a W, it's a V, but whatever, close enough. So after 2.5 years, after 2 years, I transferred to the community college because I said, well, I'll just get an associate's degree, and that's good enough. I'll have a 2-year degree, and like that's fine, right? And then I stopped going to I have 4 classes. I stopped going to 3 of them. And so this was it, man. I was on my way out, right, of college. I would never go back. And I went to the library because that's what I did. I'd always go to the library and just read books. So I went to the library, and I'm going through the bookshelves, right? And I saw this journal on prisons. And it turns out it was a social work journal. And I started looking at it. I said, that's actually really interesting. Prisons, right? And working in a prison, that would be really cool. That would be a cool experience. So I went to the phone. It was, like on the wall, right? And I go over and I pick up the phone. I get the operator, and I say, hey, can I get the social work department? And I knew where it was because I had had a class a couple years earlier. So I went, I talked to this guy, and I enrolled in social work, right? And that was it. I stopped going to class, and then the next semester, I became a student full-time. Full-time. Like, I quit music, I quit my job, I quit everything. I just became a student. And my first semester back, I studied 24/7, man, because I didn't have the study skills. You know what I mean? Like, I could read, but I didn't know what a verb and a noun was. I mean, whatever, right? And I got a 2 B's and 2 C's, which to me I was killing it, And so then I just kept going. And then I transferred to sociology because it was cooler. And then I never looked back. I just never looked back. And to this day, I love, it just opened up. The world just opened up to me in some new kind of way. I still didn't take grades seriously. And by the way, when I took the SATs, when I was a senior in high school, I scored in the 51st percentile. So I am above average. And being above average is pretty cool. It's barely above average, but I'm above average. And most things I do, I just want to be above average, right? So,
Yo, can I interrupt you for a sec?
Yeah.
Since we're running a live stream that's using a lot of internet, I would really appreciate it if every person who has a laptop would close your laptop. And by I would appreciate it, I mean do it. It's actually a class rule. There's no laptops in 100 Thomas anymore.
Yeah, if you want to use a laptop to take notes or something, you have to sit in this section down here. All right. So,
but be on Twitter on your phones. That's totally fine.
All right, dude. That's Jeff, by the way. I'll introduce Jeff later. Okay. So, what do we got? All right. So then I went to grad school. I did my master's at University of Toledo because it's the only place that would take me. And then I went off and did my PhD, right? And now I'm here by accident. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm here. I've been here 27 years. Last summer my wife and I decided we were finally going to stay at Penn State. It took us 27 years, but we're finally here. So like, whew, I'm like really ready. I'm ready to be here. Okay, that's my life. Yeah. There's probably a lot more you need to know. Oh, I got one for you. I'm in a econo class. So I like to kind of poke holes at and poke fun at and question anything that people take really seriously. Like things that people hold sacred and really important, like symbols or religious or like flags or whatever it is. Doesn't really matter. I don't care. Like liberalism, like, oh my God, feeding poor people. Whatever it is, whatever people hold up as being really important, I like to poke at it. Because that's what I do. I was the youngest brother. I had a brother who was 2 years older than me. He used to beat me up all the time. And the only way I could get back at him was through my words, saying things to him. And I'm still doing that. Like, shit, I'm 57. I'm still doing that. So my goal in this class, to be really, really clear, is to just spark thinking and to spark you to think some things and think new things and new ideas and new whatever. Not to think like me. Like, I wouldn't impose that on anybody because I'm just a couple thoughts shy of total mental illness. But I do want you to think and just challenge yourself, right? If you're conservative, I'm gonna go after your conservative ideas. If you're liberal, I'm gonna go after your liberal ideas, right? I want to present conservatism in a way that you'll actually think like, hey, this is actually really reasonable. And if you're conservative, I'm going to present liberalism in a way that you would think like, oh yeah, this is actually really reasonable. So the point is, when you leave this class, every day I want you to be confused. When I leave this class, I'm confused. I confuse myself. So, as you might imagine. So, if I'm confused, then you should be confused. And that's what we want, and that's what education's all about. Confusion. It's not about answers. You don't get answers in here, right? Like, you don't take notes in here. There's no note taking. There's nothing that happens in this class that you need for an exam or any kind of evaluation. When you come in this class, and just enjoy yourself. And enjoy thinking. And enjoy just like putting your mind in new places, okay? You don't have any of that, right? I'm not going to stand here and read from notes. Like, oh my God. It's a sad state of affairs, my friends, that you would allow yourselves to pay money to sit in a class where people read from their notes and you copy them down and you don't have a rebellion. Like, what the fuck? And you pay a lot of money. And the way I look at it is, you pay a lot of money every time you're in here. Some of you twice as much as others because you're out of state or international or whatever the case is, and I need to make it worth it. So whatever is happening, you might pay like $30 to see something at Eisenhower Auditorium. Well, you're paying more than that when you come in here. So I got to be at least as interesting as anything you would see at Eisenhower Auditorium. And that's not easy to do. So that's what I'm going for, though, because you got to get your money's worth. So understand that. And writing notes is not where it's at. If you can look it up somewhere, then that's not happening in this class. Okay? So hang on. So I talked about iconoclasm. I talk about, this is not a class in which we beat up white people. So those of you on the white team, understand, you don't have to be nervous. We're going to get challenged. You're probably going to get challenged. I'm going to challenge you because I'm going to challenge you in ways that many of you, I'm sure, have never been challenged because you're talking about race in a really open and way in this way. So I will challenge you. However, this isn't like bashing white people. Like, I'm white. I'm perfectly fine being white. My parents are white. My wife is white. I mean, I have friends who are white. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything against white people. So, like, I'm not going to beat up white people. What's the point of that, right? And I don't need people of color to be like, oh, Sam, he's a cool guy, because he beats up white people. It's like, I don't need that. I'm beyond that. I used to think that back 30 years ago, but I don't think that now. So that's not what this is. So it's not a beat up white people class. However, there are some things that people in majorities, generally speaking, don't see about life for people in minority status. Maybe it's men of women, maybe it's straight people, LGBT people, trans people, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, nah, we're gonna have a lot of that, but everybody's gonna get the challenge. Okay, cool? And by the way, I really love awkwardness. So we're going to do things in here that you're just going to be like, oh my God, is he really, is that, oh shit, okay. You'll have those moments. That's good. That's what we want, because that's what this is all about. You can't talk about these issues if you don't get real. Okay, so we're going to get real. Cool? All right, man. Okay, so here we go. Can we go to the next slide? Oh, politics. Wait, go back to the quote. Is there a quote? Next one? Yeah, dude, listen, can I just tell you something? Look, I know I'm gonna get really parental right here, okay? Parental, you know what I mean? Like, you've heard it all before, but like, look at that. Dudes, thinking is awesome. Education sucks, by and large, right? No, it doesn't suck. Education is like expanding our minds, right? But the way we've created an educational system where you sit in a room and you take notes and then you go home and memorize them for an exam, and then after these, like, 3.7 seconds after you turn in your exam, you forget 90% of what it is that you memorize, and then we call this an education. Like, what's this? Like, this is stupid. I wouldn't impose that on my worst enemies. And so, but thinking is awesome. Like, it's amazing. Man, come on, are you kidding me? It's like, you think, like, you have an opportunity. We can take our minds in so many awesome directions. So it's amazing that curiosity isn't really expanded upon any more than it is. You know what I mean? Because it's all curiosity. Okay, cool? All right, man. What's the next thing, bro? Okay, politics of race and color. I kind of already said this, but I said this when I was talking about we're not white bashing. But you need to know this, right? These are like, dude, just challenging you, my man. Just challenging you. You know what? We'll come back to hang on. What do I want to say about this? Dudes. What do you want me to say about this, bro? About that right there. What should I say about that? Do you have anything? Anyone have a question about that? Anyone want to say anything? Anyone want a mic? Politics of race and culture. Yeah, all right, we'll come back to it. All right, bro, let's go to the next one. Hey, by the way, one thing that is kind of interesting, this is the first time I've taught this class at this time. So whereas you don't realize it, I'm like feeling the energy out in a very different way. I've been teaching 34 years, I think, actually. And I've taught in this room for, I think, 14 years. And I've never taught at this time in the mid-afternoon. So I'm like feeling this energy. It's a cool energy. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, listen. First off, there are no books in this class. So all the books are, it's free. All the readings and the videos are free. They're online. They're at the website. You don't have to pay anything. The last time we had a book, it cost $70, and everyone had to pay $70. And now you don't have to pay anything, man. And that comes to, with this many people in here, that comes to $53,000, man. And you don't have to pay that. And the very least you could do would be to give me a little love on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Exactly. Because I do a lot of work to go through and make sure the readings are interesting, and mostly they are. And that's actually better for you too, because you get to watch like YouTube videos and that kind of stuff. Like, oh my God. Okay, cool. We'll come back to that and talk about it. But here's what you need. Pull your phones out real fast. Here's this texting system. Here's the deal. there's a texting system that I like to use in here where I can send you a text. Wait, hang on, blacken the screen really fast so I can explain this before we go. Listen, y'all, let me explain this to you. I can send you a text, SMS text, right? Not using GroupMe, not using WhatsApp, not using Viber, I can send you a text to your phone. You can't send me a text, nor can you see where it came from, nor can you send texts to anybody else in the class, nor can you see who's in the class, nor does anybody have access to your phone number at all, not even me. All it is I can send you a text. So let's say class is canceled. Let's say that the heat's not working in 100 Thomas, and I'm like, yo, man, dress warm. Or whatever it is, right? The readings are wrong. Oh, shit, it's the night before the exam. The one reading is wrong. Like, you need to whatever it is. Text, email doesn't do it because people don't check their email. But you do check your text. And I will probably send you like 20, maximum 23 or 24 texts throughout the entire semester, okay? So you want to sign up for this. Cool? All right, dude. And you do it by sending... at Social 119, send that to that number 81010. You'll get it, you'll get a text back that says it worked and you're signed up. If you don't get that text back, do it again somehow. I don't know. Look, you don't have to do it. I mean, I can't make you, but I'll strongly encourage it. All right. I won't abuse it. Like, hey, here's a photo of me. Here's. Okay, we'll put it up again. All right, man. Here's a couple things. Here's what you need to know about assignments, and then we're going to move forward. Attendance. Attendance is just a given in this class. You have to come. And by the way, for those of you who don't have seats because you're sitting on the stairs and stuff, there are a lot of seats down here. If you come in late or if you come in right at the very end, just come down along the sides till you see a seat and just grab it. There's a seat right here. There's a whole bunch down here. So if you want a seat, just come down and get one. Even right now, I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. Attendance. You have to come to class. Attendance is just the huge part of this course, not only the lecture component, but also the discussion groups. So it just is. So with the lecture component, you get to miss 2 classes, and after that, we take 4 points off. We take points off, and we just take points off, and you don't get them back. You just lose them. That's what it is. We don't take excuses. We do nothing. You get 2 misses. If you have a university excuse, whatever, it doesn't matter. It means nothing in this class, okay? We are within Faculty Senate policy. You're going to be fine. Most people do really, really well in this class. If you are allowed to do a writing assignment to make up 2 lectures, if the live stream is working on that day, and if you have the opportunity to go back and look at the live stream. However, 2. That means you can miss 2 before we start taking points off, and then you could miss 2 more, and if you want to get those last 2 classes back, you can do this writing assignment, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's going to take you many hours to do the writing assignment. So you don't want to blow off class. Do not blow off class. But if for some reason you got to miss it and you're like, oh my God, I still got to get an A- in here or whatever the case is, all right, well, you can do it for 2 of them. But after that, it doesn't matter. Discussion group, by contrast, listen to this. Discussion group, we convene 15 people in a room for you to have a conversation. So you can miss 1 discussion group. After that, we start taking points off. And there's no way under the sun that you get those points back ever, under any circumstances whatsoever. I don't care if you're an athlete, if you're this or you're that, you got to go. Doesn't matter. You never get the points back. And the reason is because we can't reconvene the discussion group so that you have the group again. You know what I mean? If you can talk the other 14 people in your group to come together and redo the class, we'll give you so that you can get the points back. We're happy to do that. But otherwise, you don't get them back. Okay? Are we cool on that? That's how the class rolls. That's how it's always rolled. That's how we are. You just go to class. This is just one of those classes where you don't blow it off. And we start taking attendance next Tuesday, by the way. The discussion groups, they start next week. However, if you're in a group on Mondays, next Monday we don't have class because it's MLK Day. That means your group will start on the third week. Okay, cool? And you'll get credit for that because, like, whatever, it is what it is. Are we good? Keep that in mind. Discussion groups, these are the groups that meet in Pond or in Willard. There are some groups on Mondays that meet in Willard. Are we golden on that? Dude. Oh, dude, good question. All right, bro. The way we know if you're here is we pass an attendance sheet around. So you will get the attendance sheet starting next Tuesday. Your name will be on it. You sign it. You don't sign in for your friends who are not here. Why? Because that's just really uncool. And why also? Because we know your signature. We find it. We check signatures. Like we just do. Why do we check signatures? Because can I drop an F-bomb? I get one F-bomb, right? Because people have this idea that somehow we can cheat our way through life and that's okay, and it's fucking not okay. It's like, you don't need to do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We're going to die. You're going to be dead in a certain number of years. You might be dead before we get to the end of the semester, and the last thing you did was cheat in your Social 119 class. Like, what, you signed somebody in. Oh, I signed my friend in because he couldn't come today and he asked me to. And then you get hit by a bus outside of Thomas Building. And not because you signed him in, just because you randomly got hit by a bus. But it turns out that that's the last thing you did. And you're like, what okay, you got it? So, you just don't do it. Whatever, right? And C's are in degrees. C's are fine, dude. Look at me. I got C's. I'm here. You know what I mean? Which isn't really a big deal, but what I have a job, though. I have a steady job. I've held it for 27 years, and because of C's. It's amazing. Life is amazing. Okay, so all right. All right, so here's the next one. Go ahead. Video response assignment. You have two main assignments that you're going to do in here. First off, you have 3 quizzes. Let me say something about the quizzes. If you do the readings and watch the videos, and you're not, daydreaming and stuff, it'll take you about 6 hours to do 6 hours for quiz 1, 6 for quiz 2, 6 for quiz 3. If you actually sit down and watch the videos, and they're interesting, and do the readings, and they're interesting, it's not textbook stuff, it's actually stuff that they would pop up on your Facebook feed, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. But if you do that and you take the quiz, if you have a reasonable memory, and I'm not talking about you're have a photograph, just reasonable, just normal, average, you'll score, the average score on the quizzes is 28 out of 30. You know what I mean? 30 points, right? 30 questions, 28. That's the average score, is 28. And most people that do bad is because they didn't read or they were whatever. So it's actually a really easy quiz. And then you have this video response assignment that you watch short videos in the class. We don't start these until week 3, so don't worry. Read the syllabus. And then we have this Twitter assignment. You send out we're going to push you to use tweet quotes, right? 3 very simple assignments. They're these. I mean, it's you could do the whole thing maybe in an hour, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, an hour probably. I don't think it would take you any longer than that. That's an hour a week. It's there's not much work. This is a really easy class. So those are your 2 assignments. But the thing is, you got to do them. Now here's the deal. You can miss one. You can miss a video response assignment, and we dropped the lowest score. So that means you can forget to do your tweets or forget to do the video response assignment, or maybe you were sick, or maybe you were partying or hungover, or who knows. I have no idea. Something, right? Maybe you got hit by a bus. I don't know. And so you don't do it. And then that's great, lovely, because you don't need. There's 1 week you get to completely forget. But I would suggest that you don't use that early in the semester, because whatever. Or because C's are in degrees and we're all going to die. And so it's where we're at. Okay. Here's the grading. It's largely contract grading. It's a point system. It's not percentages. We never, ever think about grading and think about percentages in this class. It's points. You look at the syllabus, 290 points is the maximum number of points that you can get. That's what you think about always. Never, ever think percentages. In this class, 95.5% is a B+. It's a really skewed point system. If you translate it into percentages, you're like, oh my God, it's so difficult to get an A in this class because like you have to score a 95.56% to get an A. It's like, well, actually, it's not. Because last semester, over 50, I'm going to introduce you to Lauren. It's not, most of you will end up with A's. Most, remember the majority, what, above average, 51%? Over 51% of you will end up with A's. It doesn't matter. Never think about that. Think about the points. Okay, are we cool on that? You're going to do really well. People do really well. It's like that's the nature of this class. But you have to come and you have to turn your stuff in. So what can I say? All right, quizzes. Do not take a quiz and do really well on the quiz and be like, hey, I'm doing great in Social 19. But you haven't turned anything else in. It's amazing how many people do that. They end up with 90 points for the whole semester. They're like, but I got A's on all the quizzes. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you didn't do anything else, right? So therefore you got an F. So are we good? Are we good on that? It's actually a really simple class. It's really simple, trust me. All right, so here's what I need. Let's, all right. Yeah, I'll get to that. All right, this, here's what I need. By the way, I need someone with the thickest accent in the class. Someone with the thickest English accent, meaning the person who has, you think your accent, I'm sure it's going to be an international student, but maybe not, right? Who it's hardest for people, you think it's most difficult for people to understand you, like a really thick accent. You know what I mean? Thick accent, right? Like, how many Spanish speakers are in here? Por ejemplo, hablo español, sin embargo, tengo mi acento, que todo el mundo sabe que soy gringo, que no hablo muy bien. Sin embargo, ya, pueden entenderme, pero tengo ese acento. ¿Me entiendes? But I have an accent, right? You hear it. I'm like a gringo. Okay. So who has a really thick accent? Somebody. Somebody, raise your hand if you think it's you. It's not you. It's not either of you guys. Someone, or some, come on, is there nobody here? Come on, who are the international students? Is there anybody? Except so many of you go to like American schools and stuff. Who can do a thick accent? Who's like Indian and can really do that like Gujarat, like that Punjabi accent or something like that? Who can do it? Come on, somebody, man. Come on, this is your chance. Anybody? Dude, come on, someone. Come on, no, it's good. It's fun. This is all good. Who are someone? Come on. Anybody? Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Dude, we're going to have a come to Jesus moment here. All right? Jews and Muslims, Buddhists, it's all good. We're going to have a come to Jesus moment. Y'all just hang on and we're going to do it. Well, Muslims, you're all right because Jesus is one of your prophets also. So you're in the game too. I'm talking to you also. Look, the way 119 works is lots and lots of people volunteer for stuff. So I either ask volunteers or I go and I get volunteers. So one or the other, right? So right now is one of those moments when I need someone to volunteer. And you might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to come up and stand up in front of the class and talk and do like an accent like from back home. Let's say if it's an international student. But it's all good. That's where we're at. Like this class works when people come and they volunteer for stuff. So I need someone to volunteer. Like, come on, are there any Jamaicans in here? You can do like the Jamaican thing? The Jamaican thing. Can you do that Jamaican thing y'all do? Like, yeah, all right. Well, we can do that too, but another time. Okay, who wants to do it? Who can do it? Anybody? Dude. Oh, shite. All right, seriously, no one's going to do it? Bro, where are you from? You're from Vietnam? Wait, hang on. We're going to be the judge of that. No, yeah. He's like, I don't have an accent. I'm like, dude, what are you saying? I can't even fucking understand you. All right? All right. Oh, dude, hang on. That was my second F-bomb. I get one per day. So that means next Thursday I can't drop one. So we're good. Dude, go ahead. What's your name? Well, hang on. Take the mic.
My name's Viet.
Viet? And you're from Vietnam. How convenient. All right. So you never forget where you're from. Just keep talking.
Damn.
Like, where are you from in Vietnam? Where were you born?
Saigon.
You were born in Saigon?
Yeah, but I was raised in Harrisburg, so I really don't have
You were
an
raised
accent.
in Harrisburg?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hear that Harrisburg accent. Oh, shit. All right, Viet. All right, dude, you don't work. Somebody else. Who else has got it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a white guy and just make him try.
Yeah, try. How about that? Do we have any white guys that can? Dude, if someone doesn't volunteer, we're going to have to suffer through someone trying to do an accent, which is going to be way more painful. Who's from China in here? Come on, man. I know we got to have some Chinese students. Are you from China? Did you go to an American school? Oh, dude, let's hear you. She didn't go to an American school. All right, hang out. So go ahead, you can take the mic. What's your name?
Injay.
What is it?
Injay.
AJ?
Injay.
Okay, and where were you born? Dude, hang on. First off, you need to know, this is really important. I have tinnitus because I was a drummer, and I didn't wear earplugs for most of the time I was drumming. So if there are any drummers or musicians in there, you know what tinnitus is like my ears are ringing all the time. So sometimes I have a hard time hearing because my ears are ringing. So where are you from?
China.
And like, you were born
Which
in
part?
China? Yeah, what's that?
South part.
Yeah, okay. Say the say some, just give me something. Like, who do you, tell me about your roommate here at Penn State.
My roommates? Okay. I have 3 roommates.
How many?
And 3.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, 4 including me.
You did the roommate. You had the R thing going because you said roommate. Like, say roommate again.
Roommates.
Yeah, exactly. See, like in a lot of Asian language, it's hard to say that R sound. Just like for me in Spanish, there are certain sounds that I can't say, and like a lot of dude, if I were trying to speak, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try to speak Mandarin and like see how horrible we do. Okay, now you speak too well. All right, no, not too well, but you speak. You don't have that. Anybody else? Anyone can go? You just gotta. Can anyone do? Okay, can someone work an accent for me? Who can do that? Who does voices? We'll do that. Who does voices? Come on, anybody. Nobody does voices? Who does it? Dude, do you do voices, bro? Seriously, do you do voices? You look like you do. You look like a funny guy. All right, here, come on. Does he do voices? Bro, where are you from? From Philly? Oh, dude. All right. Does he not look like, see, by the way, that's what a Philly guy looks like. All right. Dude, what's your name?
Mamadou.
What is it?
Mamadou.
Mamadou?
Yeah.
Dude, hang on. All right. Okay, come on down to the front. Mamadou. Here we go. All right. All right. Dude, hang on real fast. By the way, class, Lauren. This is Lauren. This is Lauren Harris. Lauren is, dude, say hi to the class.
Hi.
Yeah, she's giving you that's her nice voice right now. Listen, Lauren runs the class. Got it? Like the staff at social19.org, all that goes to her. All the communication goes to her. I don't even know what the syllabus says. I have no idea. I don't know what the assignments are. I know nothing. Lauren runs the class. When you think about Social 19, think Lauren. Okay, I'm just here to talk to people like Mamadou. You know what I mean? And try to make jokes or whatever. I don't like, and be awkward. Lauren runs the class. Got it? All communication goes with her. She sits in the back, right at the table, underneath the projector. She'll be here before class, after class. All problems, all issues, go to her. And you got that? Always to her. Okay, dude. So I'm gonna have him. Bro, so where are you from in Philly? Talk in the mic, dude.
I'm from Northeast Philly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what voice you gonna do?
I don't know what you want me to do.
Ah, that was good enough right there. All right, so Lauren, come here. Come out front and center, bro. Come here. First off, you have to be right there so that camera really gets your face as you're responding. I want you to respond to these statements that he's going to make. These are common complaints that Lauren hears from students semester after semester, okay? So he's going to say some things, and bro, and you just need to read these. And Lauren's going to respond to you.
Do I have to do it in an accent?
Do whatever accent. Yeah, do the accent, dude. Seriously, Mama, where's your family from?
Guinea.
From Guinea?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to talk on the mic.
Oh, Guinea.
From Guinea.
Yeah.
Where in Guinea? Capital?
Yeah, one's from Conakry, yeah, the capital.
Yo, very cool. All right, and you were born here or there?
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn? Oh,
Yeah.
even better, dude. Okay, Brooklyn. We won't hold that against you. All right, bro. So what you want to do is, here, you can face, well, hey, no, you're going to face Lauren. Okay, so read these things.
All right. I missed class because I was sick. To whom do I give my excuse?
We don't take excuses.
I had to go home to have my wisdom teeth removed. I'm not going to lose points for that, am I?
What you say?
Dude, she didn't understand you. You
was
did
the
really
last
well. All right, do it again.
I had to go home to have my wisdom tooth removed. I'm not going to lose my point. I'm not going to lose points for that, am I?
Yeah, you are actually gonna lose points. I don't care.
This class is too hard.
No, honestly, if you don't get an A or B or a C in this class, like I don't know what to tell you because it's one of the easiest classes at Penn State.
How many people got A's last semester, dude? You did
Like
the
half
grade.
the class, more than half the class, almost.
More than half. It was like
Yo, I
54.
got an A. If anybody can get, if I got an A, anybody can.
Even this guy got an A. Like, oh my God. Even I would have gotten an A in this class. I didn't get an A in any class. I got like 2 A's in all my college career. I probably would, no, I would have gotten a B in here, but that's all right. All right, bro, go ahead.
It's university policy that 91 to 100% is an A.
Nah, it's not. It's actually not policy.
Dude, look, here's what I want you to do. Can you zoom in right on her face, bro? Come stand right up here. Look right into the camera and respond. Say that again, bro.
It's university policy that 91 to 100% is an A.
Respond into the camera right there. Just give with total force of everything.
He wants me to give you all the black girl face. That's what he wants me to do. So
No. All right, dude. Dude, you're black? I didn't know you were black. All right. Stay black. It's cool. It's all right.
I have an 89% in this class. That should be a B+, but according to your grading scale, it's a C. That's not fair.
I still don't care. Like it's still a C.
Dude, that's how she's going to respond to you. Just like that. Like, whatever. All right, keep going, bro.
My computer crashed right before I uploaded my video and Twitter assignments. Can I turn them in late?
No.
That's it. That's what that's how you're going to respond in the email, right? No.
I have to go to an event that is required for another class, and it starts at 4:15 on Thursday. I need to leave lecture 10 minutes early. Is that okay?
You'll lose points.
Why? Because what do they have to do when they leave class? If they want
Yeah,
to
they have to. You guys have to check in with me if you leave class early or if you come late. But you'll lose points either way. So
And
it
where
don't
are you
really matter.
sitting? Don't tell them again, man.
At the top. Right at the top table up there.
They got to do what? Once again, be really clear, dog.
You have to give me your ID, and I take points away from you.
You know why you have to give her an ID? Because here's what happens so many times. People like go up to Lauren and they're like, hey man, I got to miss class. She's like, all right, well, I got to take points away. So say it. Pretend I'm leaving class.
Can I see your ID?
No, before we ask for IDs. It's just like, all right, what's your name?
Oh yeah, what's your name?
And I'll be like, Joe Jones. And she'd be like, okay, Joe Jones. And she writes it down and later goes back and is like, motherfucker, there's no Joe Jones in here, right? But luckily, Lauren was perceptive enough to then go track those people down at the next class. It's like, so what? So we ask for IDs. Why do we ask for IDs? Because that happens so many times. The people lie. It's like lie. It's like, why do you lie? Who cares? Bro, why do people lie?
I don't know.
You don't lie, do you, bro?
No.
Exactly. Your mother might be watching this, so, okay, go ahead, man.
I sent Sam an email and he didn't respond.
He doesn't even check his emails. He forwards them all to me anyway.
I got in an accident on the way to my discussion group and broke my leg in 12 places.
Wait, hang on. Okay, we're going to do this one again. Hold it. Oh, this is good. Okay, bro, close up of Lauren's face right here. Say that again, bro. Just look right in there. Give him the response that you give to me when somebody does that. Looking right into that. Okay, hang on. Do it again. Ready? Say it again.
I got in an accident on the way to my discussion group and broke my leg in 12 places. Can I be excused?
No, honestly, I might laugh. It sounds fucked up, but I might laugh a little. But you still ain't gonna get excused.
It's no excuse. If you're dead, dude, we'll give you a break. If you're dead. If you're not dead, you get nothing. Nothing. That's how it works. Is that not how it works, bro?
The last semester, someone told me their dog died, and if like they had like a little family funeral for it, and they would be excused for it. But I just laughed.
Dude, hang on though, dog. But I wanted to give him I wanted to give him a break on that because it was their dog.
He likes dogs. I don't like dogs. I mean, it's kind of messed up, but I don't care about your dog.
Dude, that's kind of messed up, honestly.
Yo,
We're
what
gonna
about mine?
change that policy, actually. All right, dude, that's it, man. You're done. Seriously, thanks for your participation. All right. Yo, thanks, Lauren. Viet.
17-year-old dog.
That could have been you, bro. But I'll get you up here another time. All right. So 2 quick announcements, and then we're gonna have our. Okay. First off, if you still need a class, there's a really cool class of it. There's 2 classes actually. One is a class on Native American ways of knowing, and it meets on Monday nights from 6 to 8. And then in the summer, you can take 13 days or 14 days and travel to the Ojibwe Reservation in northern Minnesota. And you never, ever, this is the only class in the United States, guaranteed, where you have access in this way to Native American culture. Like, you just don't get inside of Native American culture. You don't. And so you get to go to the res and really experience, awesome, cool experience. So if you still need a class, and let me just say, it's not that difficult either, by the way, but I didn't say that. You can come grab one of these flyers up here, right? So it starts it won't start next Monday either, actually. Why? Because it's MLK Day. So it's like, yeah, okay, you're rock and rolling. So what you do is you sign up for 2.5 credits now, and then in the summertime you have to sign up for 0.5 credits, and then it's like $500. So it's really about as inexpensive of a trip of a study. It's literally a study abroad because you're going into another nation. This is another nation, y'all, right? This is not. It might be in the United States, but this is another nation. And so it's one of the coolest study abroad experiences that you could have, especially, yeah. Okay, is that cool? Next thing, next slide, bro. And also, we do have a class, another class. It's a dialogue class you can be part of if you're Chinese, international students. Are your roommates Chinese, by the way? One of them? All right. So if you're Chinese or international student, or if you are Middle Eastern from one of the GCC, right? Okay, cool? Meaning, Saudi or Kuwaiti or Qatari or Emirati. Okay? So if that's the case, Salman. Can you stand up? See, this is Salman, who's Saudi, by the way. But, dude, are you still Saudi? Yeah. You went back? Yeah. They didn't kick you out or anything? You're still good? All right, dude. Talk to Salman after class. All right? He'll be over here after class. Okay? So we still need people for this class. Okay, are we good? All right, man. I think we already did one activity. I think we should do another one. So, yeah. All right, man. Yeah, you're right. I didn't do that. Oh my God. All right. I'll come back to it though, bro. I will come. I can't do it now. It's like gratuitous. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah, all right.
Beginning of next class.
I can't do it next class. Just reminding me that I didn't. I always say like when I'm saying something about myself, like okay, I'm white, I'm a man, I'm whatever, I'm this or that, I'm working class, I'm whatever. I always say, and I'm. What do I say?
I'm straight for now.
For now. Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm straight for now. Yeah, and I'm straight for now. Because if my wife dies, I'm gonna be with a guy for sure. So. If she dies before me. If she dies after me, obviously, well, then it'll be moot. But yeah, it's just a thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a thing. You know what I mean? It's all good. So for now, I'm on the straight team, but we can move on. We can change. By the way, Twitter. Let me say this, and then we're gonna do a quick exercise. Can you? Because I feel like I need to get some energy in here, man. It's like 3:00. Y'all are really like. Late when I teach the class later in the day, there's a lot of energy in here, so we're gonna jack it up a little bit. So, damn, I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, Twitter. So look, one of the things the reason I want you on Twitter, right? I want you on your phones. Like it's really valuable. It's important to have a back channel conversation. So we might be engaging here, but you could be talking to each other on the Twitter feed, like on the Social 19 hashtag. So like I want that. Like and then once in a while you throw questions out and Jeff will put them up on the overhead and yeah, and it's cool. Like I want that engagement, right? And I want you all to be engaging each other. So it's Twitter. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, damn. All right, here's what I need. We're gonna this, by the way, this class is not just like black and white, but right now we're gonna do a black and white thing. You know what I mean? Like, because race relations in the United States, it's always about black people and white people. It's like, I'm not into that because it's like, life is way more complex. And we do lots of stuff on the Middle East in here, a lot of stuff on Asians, obviously a lot of things on Latinos and Hispanics. But right now, what I need is a black woman who identifies as a black woman. You can't be African and, yeah, not African. It's nothing against Africans. How about just African American, all right? Who is, or you could be African, but you grew up and lived here in the United States. No, F that. No, African American. Who's never dated a white guy. Who only dates black guys. Dude. Is that you? You're on. Okay, do you want to volunteer? I guess you just did. You raised your hand. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what's your name?
Christine.
Christine? Yeah. And where are you from?
Philly.
From Philly?
Yeah.
Like, really from Philly? Or
Yes,
like, I'm from Philly, but I live 20 miles outside of Philly?
From Philly, Germantown.
Wait, hold the mic close.
Germantown.
Germantown? Okay, that's Philly. All right, that's good enough. All right, listen. Oh, yeah. All right, here, we're going to put you in the back. All right? Hold tight. Don't listen to what we're saying. You can turn the mic off.
Okay.
Pull it down. Don't listen to what we're saying. Okay, listen. Now I need 3 white guys who, I know, hang on. First off, I need a white guy who's handsome. Like this guy right here, dudes. But who's only, are there any white guys who only date black women? or, dude, or you thought I was going to say black guys, right? Or black guys. Because you can be gay and we can rock this too, right? Are there any white guys who only date black women or black guys? Seriously, nobody? God, you guys are killing me here, man. How about that have dated black women? Dude, it's like, what are we like? Wait, seriously? Wait, who's that? Brute, how many? 3 or 4? Oh, dude, all right. Oh, you're on. All right, come on down. Oh, yeah, all right. Dude, Okay. Oh, killing it. All right, dude. Now, and then I need two other, we're going to just stick with white guys here for a second. And I need two more white guys who have obviously never dated black women. And not that you wouldn't, that doesn't mean you're racist, bro. I'm like, cool. Okay, we'll pick this guy, and I need somebody else. Yeah, dude, let's go with you. All right. Take your jacket off, though. Yeah. Because, you look like you're from Altoona or something. Dude, no, I meant Georgia. All right, Georgia. All right. Oh, dude. All right. Do you know that guy? Wait, do any? All right. Do any of you know the woman that we did? What was her name? Christine? What's her name? Christine, right? Do any of you know her? No. Okay, dude. Okay, so hang on. Hey, wait, don't introduce yourselves till she comes up. All right, dog. You didn't hear what I said, right? All right, come on. All right. Yeah, you can turn it back on. All right, so here we go. Hang on, you guys. Actually, why don't we do this? Just sort of turn, a little bit this way. All right, Christine. These guys are going to introduce themselves. These three fine young gentlemen. What's your name, bro?
I'm Danny.
Danny. Got it? All right, bro.
Gary.
Gary. Yeah.
Mike.
What is it?
Mike.
Mike. Danny, Gary, Mike. Check them out. So first off, listen. Which one is the most handsome? No, it's not, dude. Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. Is it kind of? Are you guys cool with that? It's not. We're cool. You want to know, right? Because each one of them is secretly thinking, well, of course it's me, right? All right. So listen, man. You got to talk in the mic. Yo, remember, do we have another handheld? All right, Jen, listen. Oh, wait, when you come up, you always got to talk in the mic. I'm always telling you, you got to talk in the mic. Because if you don't talk in the mic, A, you can't hear, and B, we can't hear in the live stream. All right, so which one's most handsome, like, and why? What are you seeing? Just most handsome. Well, you can look him over, dude. Get closer. It's all right. It won't bite. Just white guy. Look at that. Dude. What do you, seriously, look at him. No, it's okay. Hang on. Gary, Mike, and Danny. Dude, don't worry about forgetting names. I don't remember your name. Like, it's Caroline or something. I don't know.
I guess Mike.
Well, what do you see in Mike, dude?
I don't know. I kind of like his eyes.
His eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so hang on. Wait, let me see his eyes. Well, he's got nice eyes.
I can't see his eyes.
You can't see his eyes? Why not?
I don't know. They're kind of dark.
They're dark, but
Yeah, I
he's got
can't.
nice eyes? Well, what else?
Like blue eyes.
Dude. What else what are you seeing? What are
He
you
has
seeing?
nice
in them?
teeth too.
Nice teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you have a boyfriend, by the way? Are you straight?
Yes.
You are straight?
Yes.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Dude, do you have a girlfriend? No. Dude. Killing it, dog. All right. Look, 119. This is all we do, by the way. It's actually just a big dating class because we're trying to actually improve race relations. So if I can just get y'all to date and have sex with each other, life will just be better across the board. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Like, that's how we roll here. So, okay. Anyway, all right. So he's the guy that you okay, now here's the real question. You ready? Anything else? That's it? So you have nice teeth, nice eyes?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah? All right. Which one has mostly dated black women?
I don't know.
One of them has.
Dang. I don't know.
Go ahead. Take a look. How would you ascertain which one has mostly dated black women?
I don't know. I can't tell. I would say by the outfits, but like I can't really
No,
tell.
go ahead. Just
so
listen.
I
You're
don't
talking
know, like-
listen. You're talking to some of your friends back home. All right, and there's this thing up here. There's these three guys. Dude, you're killing it, dog. You're all getting votes. All right, so listen.
I don't know. I
I
guess Gary.
here's what I want you to do. So we want you. So you're talking to your friends back home, and they're like, "Hey, one of those guys mostly dates black women," and you're just talking to like your black female friends, and you're like, "What do you see? What are you talking about? Like, which guy is it? What do y'all?"
I
Go
guess
ahead.
I'm just go with Gary. It's just randomly.
No, don't be random, dog. Be
I mean,
serious.
You got Tim's on, so.
He's got Tim's on.
But like, yeah. But like,
So like he's trying to impress this black woman's like their parents or something by wearing Tim's. Or
I mean, it's like I guess it's like from when you're from a city like Philly or New York, like boys wear Tim's, like fresh Tim, fresh out the box. So I mean,
dude, I got news for you, man. Those are not fresh out of the box. Those are.
I know
white,
he's
those are-
trying though. He's trying.
No, but they're white people Timberlands. You know what I mean? They're all scuffed up and shit. All right, so you're thinking him. All right, dude.
Am
It's
I
not
right?
him.
No.
No, you're not.
Really?
Dude, so it's Maine right there.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I know, exactly. That's what I said. I looked at him like, really? Black women? All right. So tell us about your girlfriends. Like, what's up? You don't like white people? Like, what are you, racist?
No, I have a white girlfriend right now.
What's that?
I have a white girlfriend right
Oh,
now.
you do? All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
just that's in the past, you know. Yeah. They say once you go black, you never go back. It's not true.
Dude, you hear
But
that?
it was. I mean,
There's still an
black girls are
opportunity.
attractive too. What can I say?
So where are you from, though? Like, how did that come about?
Well, like everybody else outside of Philly, Bucks County, I don't know, 3 or 4 black girlfriends. Didn't last all that long, although most of my relationships haven't lasted that long. A couple months usually. But you know,
Does
dating's
that have anything
overrated.
to do
I
with
mean,
you,
whatever.
or-
It's-
Dude,
well, I'm
it's-
young. Who cares?
Dude, change your shoes. You know what I mean?
It's the sneakers.
Things you can like pick it up a little bit.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
Alright.
I think I'm doing okay now. I got a girlfriend, right? Couple
Dude,
months.
well, we
whatever.
haven't talked to her. It depends on who she is. You know what I mean? It's like I have a girlfriend. Found her on the street wandering around, but like whatever. All right, you're all good. You're my girlfriend. So listen, man, one of the reasons that I did this, actually, I was sitting home. One of the reasons a lot of this stuff kind of comes to me, first off, just the awkwardness of it. But it's not awkward to me. The cool thing about it is, like, I don't get awkward. So, but what I want to do is, I was having this idea. I was talking to a couple of my black friends, and we were just talking about various people, like actors, you know what I mean? And they had very clear ideas about who was and was not attractive. And we have this idea that somehow people have this, I don't know, this sense that, like, first off, the white image is, you know, it's not the image. Like, everybody has ideas. You know what I mean? You look at, right? White men in particular have this idea that black women dude, I'm going in circles here because I have so much I want to say, and it's only the first day, so I'm like losing my mind. But it's like white dudes most white dudes would like to date black women. Most white dudes, man, would like to go on a date. And there's this sense that like white dudes, not just black women, but women of color, not just white women, but there's this sense that like there's like black women are not interested or whatever, and so they never kind of reach out. But it's there, man. Like we're all in the same boat together. And you, of course, you have an idea about who you think is not attractive, right? Like, of course you do. Just because you're black, or just because like somebody's Asian, or just because whatever it is, like we have these ideas, and it's part of the world. So I just wanted to break that down for a second and just say, like, no, we're going to go there. We can do that. We're all in this, right? We're going to have these kinds of conversations. Is that cool? Have you ever had a white boyfriend?
No.
Would
No.
you? Dude, you might now, dog. You know what I mean? Would you?
Maybe.
Okay. Dude, totally, man.
That's what
Totally. You're the bachelorette. So look, but tell me what I just said about black women and date like with white guys. Because here's my thing, right? The research shows, this is the research. I'm not saying what's true with your friends or what's true with her friends or whatever the case is, right? What I'm saying is the research shows that, like, so black women, because there's all this stuff between black men and black men like dating white women and all this, but black women, when you date a white guy, you're more likely to tell, like Mike right here, like, hey, dude, Yeah, but just come over to my apartment, and we'll just hang out at my apartment, because it's like,
Want to kind of keep it a secret,
keep,
almost.
keep it on the down low,
Yeah.
man. Is that true?
I mean, I don't think necessarily. I don't know everyone's situation, so
But have you seen that?
yeah, sometimes I have.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot, actually. And the data shows that really to be true. So it's like, but you know, it's like you get called over like late at night, and like, hey, we're just gonna hang out over here. Secret, down low, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's cool, right? Life, we're gonna bust through. So, all right, dudes, anything you need to say? Dude, you didn't get chosen, are you all right? I'm good.